Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am Digital QF, your caster for tonight, and this is the Events Overtime Journeyman League Match Day number 4. Tonight, we have two big matchups. And the first matchup will be Sanguine versus Ooga Booga, and the second, McTeam versus Crack Team. Now let's go take a look at the current standings first off. Last night we had Dynasty versus Exto and McCory Team versus Nebula, and we are seeing Nebula right now with 2 wins at the top of the current standings scoreboard. Nothing too impressive so far. It is still early in the league, but look at that. 26 rounds for and 10 against. Last night, Nebula versus McCory Team, it was an absolute stomp. Nebula, they were absolutely feeling themselves with their new pickup Junior, and they could be a potential dark horse coming to this tournament. I say dark horse because Nebula, even though as well as a good team they are, they haven't had the best run in recent times, in my opinion. Of course, Tennessee versus Exto. There you go. It's 1-1. Nothing too impressive to show so far. But look at the very bottom, though. Crack Team and McCory Team. This is their Crack Team and Sanguine. This is their opportunity to put some wins on the board. Well, let's go have a look at the head-to-heads. Sanguine. Now, some of you may be wondering, that is a humongous roster consisting of Wonder Kid, has Flux, or Flixtu, Buddhaman, D, Omne, or Ome, I think that was his name, Aplo, and HK. And Sanguine, they have rebranded recently to Sanguine Gaming Network, so I'm assuming that's why they've picked up a few more players. And in Valorant, it's a 5v5 team-based shooter, so you can only have 5 core players in the game at once. Recently, I've seen them play in the Lenovo Legion, Rise of Legion League, as well as LPL. And I think Wonder Kid has Fluxu, Aplo, and HK. They would be the players we are seeing tonight. However, Buddhaman, D, and Ome, they are no small fries either. So, how's it going to work having such a big roster? How is the teamwork going to work? The synergy is yet to be seen. Ooga Booga on the flip side. My gosh, solid core 5. It's not changing. Gamma, Myth, Panic, Nerox, and Noz. Very strong players. You know these names. Huge in the community. Gamma, I don't see much on Twitter actually, but he's a crazy, insane player. Noz, you know this guy. Ex Overwatch, I do believe. He played with one of my good friends in real life back in New Zealand. And now let's quickly have a look at the impact players for Sanguine. Actually, I'll take it back. This would be for Ooga Booga. Gamma. Last week versus McCory Team on Ascent. Him on Reyna just going on a small tear. 351 combat rating. That means he has a really good KD. 17 kills, 7 deaths, 10 assists. 10. And need I remind you nowadays, Reyna, she doesn't have to actually get a kill directly in order to have her orbs available to her. All she needs is a tag, and that's problem solved. 4 First Bloods, decent for a duelist, nothing too amazing. And now for Sanguine's impact player, Has last week versus Exto on Ascent. Granted, they lost that game, but Has put up an absolute monster of a performance. 336 combat rating, 25 kills. It's rare to even get that close to 30 nowadays in a 5v5 matchup. 16 deaths, 8 assists, and 5 First Bloods. So on paper, you do see Has being the more effective duelist and entry fragger compared to Gamma, but these two teams, they haven't played yet, and honestly, it could swing either way. Reyna versus Phoenix. Finally, guys, let's have a look at the vetoes for tonight. Sanguine, right off the bat, they ban Icebox. I think Icebox is a map that a lot of teams nowadays, they should be practicing and screaming because it has so much hidden potential. If you can play Icebox well as a team, that's a huge wild card you have coming into games versus other teams who potentially, or most likely, haven't played Icebox at all, don't have set strats for it. Ooga Booga, they ban Haven, 3 Spike Sites. Sanguine, they ban Bind, the Teleporters. Ooga Booga ban Split. Split, another one of those maps that not many teams want to play. Vision Strikers for career, 100% win rate on Split just because they have such a good setup, especially utilizing the Breach flashes. So the map to be played tonight will be Ascent, your execution-heavy map, and these two teams, they'll be going head-to-head. Phoenix may not thrive as well on Ascent, but Gamma, if he picks Reyna again, expect to see some big plays coming your way. Guys, the players, they are yet to be in the lobby. Sanguine, they're loading in. And we are missing a few more players on the side of Ooga Booga. So we will be going for a short break, so don't go away just yet. Map 1 Ascent, Sanguine versus Ooga Booga coming your way. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome! The teams are finally here, and the showdown will happen now. Sanguine versus Ooga Booga. Map 1, the only map tonight, Ascent. Ooga Booga starting on defense, and Sanguine on the attack. Sanguine? Noz on the Cypher pick. Now, this is an agent. I don't see him playing quite often. Last time, if memory serves me right, Noz, he plays a more smoker role, such as Omen. Nerox, tonight, he will be playing the Omen Gamma, of course. There you go, the signature Reyna pick right off the bat. Panic on Jet and Myth on the Sova. Sanguine, they're having internal discussions. Now, look at that. He's pulled out the Phoenix, so this will come down to a battle of Phoenix versus Reyna. Which duelist will reign supreme? Of course, you have Aplo on the Jet as well. You need a Jet on the Sense just for these long angles with the Operator, the untradeable first round early picks. D on Omen, Fluxu on the Sova, and Buddha on a Killjoy as opposed to Noz's Cypher. That Killjoy lockdown will definitely come in handy for retaking a site or to take a site. Last night, if you remember, I do believe it was X though, one of the players, Bajayer. If it was X though, he wasn't able to use his lockdown time and time again for about 6 straight rounds in a row just for a retake, and he died early on, and that's why his team went down bad pretty early in that game. Well, as you can see, Ooga Booga on the defense, the green side, Sanguine, the red on the attack. The question is, Fluxu, you can see his Sova already hang around B-Link. I do believe he's going to use our early recon arrow to scout out market side for his team as they take mid control, while perhaps Buddha goes for the ult orb using utility. Make no mistake, the Killjoy turrets on a pistol round, very deadly because it takes a lot of pistol bullets to destroy, and the damage is definitely more than anyone can bargain for. Fluxu, okay. It's the Owl drone, long distance, flying across mid to clear short for his 3 players up short. Noz, he's by himself. However, I like that cam. You can largely see the aggressor's legs before they see the camera, and Noz, he will be popping traps ASAP. He sees 4 players and he's freaking out right now. He gets Molotov off. He has to stand still. Panic, trying to spray through the smoke as well, getting no one really. Only D getting tagged down slightly. But Sanguine, they storm onto the A site, and Spike about to come down any moment. D, 51 HP on the pistol round. Not the best start, but 5v5 post-plant, and things are going to get really dicey real soon. Aldrone, Buddha will get spotted out, and Gamma! Oh my gosh, I thought he was going to whiff a few of his shots, but does land the final bullet, thankfully. Takes down Buddha, and overkill for Reyna coming out. She will become a living tank in this pistol round. Now D, that's point blank. That's a really good shot that actually. It does damage. Panic for 41. Good wallbang off of a recon arrow. Panic for 2. That's all down to Aplo by himself. Trying to prevent the spike from being defused. Myth, he's sticking it all the way. Pros don't fake. And Aplo, not much further, not much more he could do. They're all lined up for him. Aplo good for 1, maybe a second at this point. But he does go down eventually to Myth. It was a quick site take by Sanguine, but it was an even quicker site retake by Ooga Booga. Panic. Dollar store operator, Marshall, has been invested. It should one-shot, realistically, any of the Sanguine players, provided they don't buy armor. Both Jets, 2 out of 6 points for their Blade Storms. And Haz and Gumma just slowly winding up before they show down at some point later this game. I'm betting on it. Panic, of course, playing the mid position. Just does get smoked off, though, so he won't be able to spot out too much. Heard an L drone. Nerox may have made a call, but overall, most of the players are all hanging around mid for Sanguine. The short play is possible. Oh no, indeed. Peaks by himself. The spike has been exposed. Panic good for 1 and has tried to re-grab the spike. Aplo as well. An interesting dash across. Gets tagged down very heavily. No heal for Jet. And no, not like this. Not passing the spike. It's a hot potato right now. And Aplo, he's already so low. Trades going back and forth on across mid. And Panic missing a rare shot. Point blank. Gamma cleans up mid. Panic pulls out the revolver. You use the pistol sniper when your Marshall cannot land the shots. Funny thing, actually, Sheriff and Marshall, both real Wild West themed guns. 2-0 going the way of Ooga Booga early on. Panic charging up the Blade Storm and has almost there for the run it back. And guys, I won't have to remind you, but the Phoenix run it back, when used effectively, gives your team a one-man advantage essentially, because it's an extra life. It allows you to run in for free, pop some heads, and go back to your original activation points.
Standing ahead.
Full bias for Sanguine. Panic. This is really early, but that out. Oh no! The recon arrow will spot out everyone. Gets one onto Flux here, and that's already a huge frag because that means no sober intel for Sanguine on the attack. They will have to make do with picks and raw manpower. Has got one kill, and he will be able to pick up the ult orb. There you go. That's the coveted run it back I was talking about earlier. 2 players of Ooga Booga short. Oh, the Marshall shot narrowly missing. Butter going to fall back, and his teammates there to assist him. Run it back already being used by Haz. Won't check his corner, doesn't check his corner, but it was a little bit too late. He hesitated. Nerox takes down the ultimate, but at the cost of Myth. Good hot hands, actually. Nerox is burning down heavily, and Haz on fire this round. 3 kills for him, and the hot hands again to overheal. Now spraying away with the Spectre. Good for 2. Pulls out this Sheriff. Almost getting another kill. Haz was dangerously close. Finally, though, Ooga Booga, they do go down. Sanguine pick up the first round on the board. Sanguine, you get 1 round, but you lost 3 players and consequently 3 rifles. Panic now, Blade Storms, and the deadly $5,000 50 cal already in his hands on defense. Looking to play towards B Link from short. Get a pick and dash out. Be untradeable. Sanguine, they should be aware something is up. And how do they choose to play this? Gamma. Oh, the tag team duo, and Buddha, of course, gets scammed by the recon arrow, and Myth sprays him down through the wall with the max penetration Odin. The flank routes are open now for Sanguine. Your Killjoy is dead, and the lockdown posthumously can't be used as gonna flash out of the smoke and pushed right through aggressively with this team. However, 4 players essentially of Ooga Booga are towards the A side. The retake about to come in. Has winning against Gamma. 2-0 up for him in this engagement. Having the 2 players up in heaven, and Aplo, I don't think he's aware just yet. The spike can't be planted by D, but the players of Ooga Booga, they're getting these kills. 4v2 now. Aplo, he's getting wall banged, and Nas takes down D, all down to Aplo by himself. The lone Jet standing. 2 cloudbursts to work with. But, 3 players staring him down from heaven. They're looking down on him. Aplo, good aim, takes down 1. Right click on the Panic and can't turn around in time because Nerox used Panic's dead body as bait as he secures the round for Ooga Booga. 3 ultimates aside for Ooga Booga. Panic still has the Operator and the Blade Storms ready and waiting. Noz, of course. Cypher, Neural Theft. Going to be difficult to use on the defender's side, as you have to run up reasonably aggressively and use it on a fresh dead body. Gamma still winding up, nothing too impressive yet, but the Empress might be the game changer for him this round. He, however, only on the classic, looking to perhaps filch a gun. Granted, Sanguine, off of losing the previous, their economy is very worse for wear. 5 players all pushing through B main, and they should be looking for an aggressive push off of the Killjoy lockdown. Panic, I like this. The Blade Storms are used. He narrowly almost spotting out Fluxu. Recon arrow. And no lockdown, surprisingly. Has all the flashbangs timing. It just got covered by the smoke, and Myth, he just sprang through with the Odin. All the players of Ooga Booga, they're getting kills left, right, and center. Nerox especially farming. 3 for him. Aplo, the only player able to retaliate. Still 3 ultimates aside for Ooga Booga, and Panic, I feel bad for him. He used that Blade Storm in the previous round, and it pretty much amounted to nothing. Couldn't really get a kill with it. Not much impact, but he saves the Operator. That's the real gun you should be watching out for. Myth, Sova, plus Odin. You would expect him to be playing B main, going for wallbangs again, but this is quite a surprise positioning from him. Going to be playing on the A sides, helping out his fellow Jet. Has that footstep. it may have given, well, guarantee now actually, Panic and Myth, they know there are at least maybe 1 or 2 players of Sanguine outside A sites. There we go, running back being used, and that recon arrow has to be shot! It has to be shot, or else Myth, he'll just have 3 wall bangs and doing so much damage to the team of Sanguine right now. He pushed aggressively through the smoke and sprays down Fluxu. 1-for-1 trades, however, Booga catches out Gamma on the lurk. Oh, Panic, good shot, narrowly tagging up Booga, and however, he himself isn't able to finish off the kill. There will also be a lurking player with the deadly Killjoy lockdown for Sanguine up short. Takes down Panic, and now Ooga Booga. They're falling like flies, 1 at a time, not able to get the trades coming through. Myth point blank with the Odin. He should be able to win this engagement. Indeed he does. Catches Booga. Mid-turret placement. Nerox now combined with Myth. How can you retake the side? That's a really good paranoia. Catches 1, and the side retake is possible. Nerox 1v2 though, and he's getting pinched from 2 angles at once. Peeks 1, and that's all he was good for. Has too fast for him. Immediately takes his head clean off. Sanguine clawing the way back. 2-4. Ooga Booga, interesting thing is they actually still have 4 ultimates. Gamma not choosing to use the Empress early on. Granted, he really couldn't as he got surprised, pounced on by Booga. Sanguine this round. They will be able to buy, with the exception of Fluxu, who's currently waiting for D to drop him a gun. And D, being the good teammate he is, bankrupts himself for the better of the team. Myth. Sova plus Odin. Name a better duo. Back onto the B sites. Spraying through. Already doing a little bit of damage towards Sanguine. Both shock darts, however, have been used, amounting to nothing. And Sanguine, their aggression being toned down just a little bit. Oh my gosh, at that range, Myth, great dink onto Booga, and no heals on the side of Sanguine. Booga, once again, I have to stress that Killjoy lockdown, so beneficial for his team. Can't afford to die early on. Now this is nail biting as he is by himself, and Gamma peeking back and forth might be able to catch him out. However, 4 players of Sanguine opting to work back A again. Booga. Good timing. Manages to avoid the recon arrow. How about Cypher Cam? That's exposed. Nods. He's making the call. The Sanguine, they are pushing over to the A side. Look at this. Booga. He's using audio cues and he's just flanking from behind. 4 players of Ooga Booga all the way in heaven. Early outrunning coming in. No recon arrow just yet. And Fluxu, oh, does it even matter? You don't even need a recon arrow because you have Myth with the Odin just creating so much trouble. And Booga on a huge fight, catching Myth and Nerox. D on the Gamma, no Empress just yet. Panic now with Noz. They have to somehow think of a way to retake the side. 2v3. It's still very much doable. And Noz, he's the man of the hour. He has to make something happen for his team. Good for 1 already. D, 2 on 2. And the players are split up. Has so consistent. 3 HP. He's still staying alive though. Noz by himself gets flashed. 55 HP. Does take down Has. But the spike is sticking away a little bit too soon. And great shot up by Fluxu. Catches Noz mid-run. Sanguine. They're catching up. 1 round behind now. Has this guy. This rivalry of the impact players. Gamma, a really slow start, still stuck on 3 kills, hasn't really been able to get anything more. He's getting at least a kill every single round, always the first player on site, does curveballs used so effectively, it creates space for his team, and of course, the fragging, already two ult points left, and he will have the runner back able to use again. Panic. We'll get spotted out by the chicken turret at the very end, which does allow a fake of sorts being used finally by the Killjoy lockdown. And look at the attention. Gamma, he realizes that the players are actually towards the B side, tags down D and Ooga Booga. They know that the jest is up. Myth takes down Booga. And it's a 5v4 retake. However, Sanguine, they have rifles to work with. Oh, that's a really ballsy push. Does catch Myth off guard, though. That Sheriff not able to land a hard headshot point blank. Caught by surprise. Now, 4-on-4. Gamma, he has the Empress. It's a question of rather why Noz isn't giving the gun over to Gamma and letting him run loose. has been such a thorn on the sides. Running back is available again. He knows 2 players are stuck in the cubby. He has raised them down. 3 kills him now for him now. Already on for the ace. D won't let that happen though. And the players of Sanguine, they're making this happen. Fluxu catches Panic, trying to filchy gun off of his dead comrade's body. Will spray him down, and it's all tied up. Even Stevens, 4-on-4. Myth, the Hunter's Fury early that round, used to take down Booga and perhaps destroy the Killjoy lockdown, but Sanguine, they sold the fake perfectly, even though it got busted relatively early. They still could take sites, and on an anti-eco, some of the players were just farming. Regretfully he got the kills while he was in the run-it-back ultimate form, so he couldn't really get any more ult charges going his way. Not that he needs it though, in my opinion, because at the current rate that he's going, don't have that running back available anytime soon. Aplo, great crosshair placement, just catches the peeking Nerox. They have a Panic on the flank, catches 3, almost for 4. And oh dear me, previously Booga, or is it Has really? He got 3 kills. Huge sprays down, and Panic says, you know what? I want a taste of that pie as well. This forces Sanguine to rethink their strategy towards the A sites and back down towards B. 2 players of Ooga Booga are market, sort of rotate or come in really quickly. And don't forget, Gamma still has the Empress. They heard the smoke, and one of these Cypher Traps gets destroyed by Aplo. We will have to clear back site, and the standard is clear now, and the spike can be safely planted. Then 2 players of Sanguine, they will have to effectively figure out how to play this post-plant situation 2v3. The recon arrow, it does make their job easier. Gamma, I didn't even know you can wallbang that angle. Great wallbang either way onto Booga. All down to Aplo by himself. No dash to work with. Good for 1. Oh, it's a second. Yes, he does. 4 kills by Aplo on the up for the ace. He isn't aware though. Myth is already on the side, not coming lane. He does go down. A bit of an anticlimactic end to that round. Aplo going huge, but did fall short at the end. Ooga Booga. Perhaps not as comfortable as one would like to think coming to this matchup. A very strong team, but however, Sanguine, they're absolutely showing up, not letting Ooga Booga run away from them. Has an Aplo, 11 and 10 kills respectively. The Duelists leading the way for Sanguine. Meanwhile, Gamma only picking up 1 extra kill since we last spoke of him. But it will be ultimates on both sides. Flourishing. Both Jets have put out the Blade Storms. And the question is, which one goes huge this round? Great shock that actually, and will force the Sanguine players to split up just a little bit. But no damage. Panic and Aplo perhaps about to face down really soon. Good Omen TP onto the corner of site D. I think spots out Panic. Oh, actually, the recon arrow gave Sanguine so much information. Courtesy of Flicksu. Oh no, the push aggressively by Panic. Catches out 1. He pushes out by himself now. Dashing right into the enemies. He will get taken down. However, his team takes advantage of his sacrifice. And they do start getting kills onto Sanguine. D, however, does strike back. 1 onto Myth. Great spray transfer, taking down Hads and swiftly onto D, surviving with 30 HP left. Who even needs Gamma to step in when you have Myth doing all the heavy lifting for Ooga Booga? Gamma still sitting on the Empress, and I feel like I'm molding just a little bit. It's an ultimate that you might as well use and instill fear into Sanguine. Why hold on to it? It doesn't make much sense. Myth, Hunter's Fury will be available really soon. Sanguine, however, this round only has been able to go half armor with a rifle. Everyone else, 3 sheriffs and a ghost. 3 players going loud and 1 player going sneaky beaky. Gamma narrowly spotting out Booga. That was dangerously close. He doesn't peek though. It's just the sadness of timing. It doesn't matter. He does actually catch Booga out. We'll get the kill. Panic takes down Has, the solo rifle wielder of Sanguine. Not a ideal situation early round. Granted, they are on a half buy, Eco. Couldn't really expect too much out of them. Dianaplo, the last two players, they could maybe pick up the ultimate orb, but they will be waiting for Flixu to rejoin them and make use of his handy-dandy recon arrow to take the A sites, and of course, the Vandal. Myth. He's holding such a tight angle. Can he react in time? He'll land the headshot. Oh, and it doesn't even matter because he won't be able to shoot the flying jet. An off angle. Oh, Myth, what was that? Straight through the smoke. Myth for 3. You gotta be kidding me. First onto Flixu, wasn't even aiming at him, and then sprays onto D, and then the wall bang off of his own recon arrow. Oh, this guy is popping off right now in the first half for Ooga Booga. That just happened so quickly. This guy's a multi-kill master. Coming in clutch right now. Gamma underperforming just a little bit. And Myth. Oh, he's feeling himself tonight. It will be Haz versus Myth right now. Sanguine, they haven't stopped in their tracks. Ooga Booga taking a 3-round lead. That's the last round of the first half. Panic back on the operator. Playing off of the recon arrow of Myth. The recon arrow there actually doesn't scan anything, and this may lure Panic into a false sense of security. Oh no, he sees the bow and the wall bang through. Flixu, man, what are you doing? You got tagged through the box on the first shot, and perhaps he had the mind blank or just straight fear. Still holding on to recon arrow for his team, trying to finish the job. However, this time, he won't be able to do anything. He's dead, 6 feet under. Gamma, great aggressive push. Oh, narrowly not being able to catch the Omen with his pants down. Buddha was there to protect his teammates. No ultimates, however, available for Sanguine. They will have to make do with bullets. Gamma, using the Empress. Question it very, very early. None of the players of Sanguine going up mid towards market. And if Gamma, he hasn't landed a kill anytime soon, the Empress will wear off, and it will amount to nothing. This is the first time as well he's used the Empress this half. Hands waiting for the Cypher cage to expire. Purple is prepped. Flame will first to buy time first to buy space for his team. Gamma finally pushes out. Noz, however, holding down B-side the defense and will catch the backside of Haz. The distraction of his teammates proves to be superior. Ooga Booga taking an 8-4 lead, doubling what we see right now of Sanguine. Haz and Naplo, they had a hot streak initially, but now things are starting to slow down as Ooga Booga managed to adapt to Sanguine's attack. But now the sides are switched. Sanguine on the defense. Killjoy versus Cypher. Which Sentinel will be superior? Cypher, granted, you will have a camera, which is really useful for intel. You can place it mid, you can place it B main to spot deep. The turret of Buddha's Killjoy. Not quite the same. We are seeing a lot of Sovas actually early round in a sense shoot the recon arrow towards that mid angle as it will spot out any players playing close, trying to aggress perhaps mid early rounds. Also being taken by Gamma and Ooga Booga. They are getting so much map control, especially mid, and one ult orb to boot. Making a lot of loud noises towards A short, and it's causing 3 players of Sanguine to stay put on A. That turret not staring directly into the B main angle, which can be a cause of concern as it won't spot any players trying to peek. Meanwhile, Gamma and Noz still holding down B, expecting an aggressive play to come out, and so far it's just a battle of utility. Has Hot Hands is ready, and here's the players jumping down short, and utility being expended mid. He's making the call. Gamma pushes out. However, does get taken down a little bit. Buddha with the turret will have to survive. However, that Cypher cage is hiding the Killjoy turret. And Buddha, there you go, takes down not the turret. He himself surviving just a little bit longer. Panic will take him down. Panic for 2 actually. these sharp shots. I think that second shot was actually through the smoke. Ooga Booga. It took them a while to get onto the B site, but the spike finally has been planted. Recon arrows on both sides available to use. Panic holding a really tight angle with the Sheriff, however, needs to land a clean headshot. Oh, what's spotted a player, and Flixia walks right and Panic for 4! Almost spotting out D. But my god, using a Sheriff on the pistol round? You gotta be joking. D on track for the retake, but however, the time is running out fast. Takes down Gumma. The last play has to be backside. How he's spraying through, and Nerox just biding his time, being patient, will prove to be the superior Omen in this situation. Ooga Booga, they extend their lead even further. Just 1 point now from going double digits. Panic. My god, he is the real deal, the real duelist to step up for Ooga Booga. 17 kills, almost on 20, and once again, the Marshal being purchased after winning the pistol round. Looking to get some aggressive body shots onto Sanguine. And Sanguine, they're just not having a good time right now. They just can't get anything running. Ooga Booga, they take sites and they trades. Just don't favor Sanguine in every single situation. It doesn't help, especially when you have Panic on a pistol round, getting 4 headshots with the Sheriff. Nerox and Gumma, of course, being patient, checking these angles. It was a great shot, but however, the dink wasn't quite enough. The Reyna will be able to overheal. Nerox swiftly disposes of Aplo. Ooga Booga off to a great start, and to my surprise, not aggressing onto C. The only aggressor right now will be D, who pushes up mid, and oh my gosh, Buddha, what are you doing? Doesn't stare A long, and Panic just gets the easiest kill, putting a bullet right into Buddha's ear. All down to Flixu by himself, only a Marshal to work with. I mean, only a Classic to work with. And his death about to come very swiftly. Although he may actually catch Nerox off guard. Oh my god, that was such a quick shot by Nerox. Flixu couldn't even react to where Nerox was standing. And oh, the Spectre pumping 2 bullets into his brain. Ooga Booga, of course, racking up money, especially on Panic. $5,000. Already has the Blade Storms available to use 3rd round in the second half. So he could potentially choose to use it this round, as Ooga Booga, they will be playing the bonus. Gumma, the only player to be under double digits. But when you have a 6-round buffer to work with, it doesn't really matter.
Get out of my way.
Sanguine. Interestingly enough, 5 Phantoms across the board on the defense. The Killjoy will be on the A sites. And Buddha, not like this, man. You're getting caught with off guard again. Panic Blade Storms will take him down. That's Killjoy utility. Useless now. No alarm bots. No mollies to work with. Panic, a little bit greedy going for more. You got a 4K early on, but can you do it again? I don't really think so. Pushes and will get swiftly taken down by Aplo. A flank coming out from Haz, and that shock dart actually doing some damage. Gumma will catch D along with Noz. Aplo still doing great work for Sanguine, getting all these kills. Haz being patient, takes down Myth, and the retake is very much possible. How the spike, it's already about halfway ticked. Nerox buying time, playing inside the smoke, takes down Aplo, will take down Haz, catches them off guard. Suddenly the tails have been turned. Will have to Flixu by himself. That's where Nerox says 1v1, have the spike. It's just gonna explode at this point. Nerox, he bought time. And as a result, Ooga Booga, they go 11 rounds to 4, uncontested. On the scoreboard, you can see 7 rounds in a row for Ooga Booga. Their momentum is unrelenting. They won't let Sanguine get anything to happen. The sides are switched. It's 3 in a row in the second half, and Sanguine, oh dearie me, you have to be stressing out right now. Do you go for the eco buy and attempt to play for overtime? Or do you force up right now and potentially throw away all hopes and dreams of winning this game? Or, of course, you could win this by with a force. Although I do find it quite unlikely, as Ooga Booga, as you can see, very concise. Cypher versus Killjoy difference. The Killjoy turret, it can get spotted out, but will get destroyed. However, the Cypher camera dart, oh, dear me. Buddha, again, gets caught by himself. Sanguine, however, the two players, they do strike back. Retribution. Nerox, early TP onto the B site, and Intel will tell them off of both Omen from the shadows, and Spike has been planted on the B site. Apple, however, he has to move swiftly or else Noz will catch him with his back turned towards them. Noz, oh, not quite, just fast enough. Apple will take down Nerox, and Noz will fish jump onto D. But however, can he move fast enough to take down Aplo? Aplo hears the footsteps, and Noz is by himself, uses the cyber gate to buy time. He does get taken down by Fluxu. The Spike has already been defused halfway. Myth by himself, 1v2. Oh, that's a great Hunter's Fury. However, it's not enough because the defuse is already done, and the knife kill from Hands from behind catches Myth. There we go, baby. That has to be BM. Sanguine. Cheers all around. Good laughs in the chat, but you're still down by a lot of rounds, so you have to start picking up the pace right now. And Booga, man, you can't die early round as the Killjoy. That's such precious utility that can't be used when you go down that early. Panic, first player to break 20 kills. Only 10 deaths. Really good KD. I'm loving it. Hads, however, will have to run it back. And Aplo uses the Blade Storms. Even though he does have a judge on the defense, he could be playing defensively with it, or playing a tight corner. The Blade Storms, they could be used during a retake when you deem absolutely necessary. Has, of course, with the right back, however, none of the players of Ooga Booga are really grouped up together. Has, it doesn't matter, he will get the kill into Gamma. Julius, the difference. Impact player, difference. D. Perhaps about the crossfire with Buddha, as we see him just hop towards the heaven angle. But D. This is really deadly because all four players of Ooga Booga are about to run him down. How many headshots can D get? Paranoia? D being so patient as well! He catches only one off guard. That will be Panic. Noz will go for the swing and the trade. Apple, I like this though. Point blank with the judge. It doesn't matter because Noz is just so smart right now. He's checking all these angles for the team. And it's all down to Myth. The flex shoot to hold down the angle. That's a really good shot dart. It does a lot of damage. The last few players of Ooga Booga, half HP. It will be 2 bullets to finish them off to the body or 1 to the head. As always, saying when the retake is very possible now. The groundwork has been done. Nerox still playing in the smoke. Will take down Buddha 1-on-1. Knows where Nerox is. A spray through the smoke is all it takes. And no, the Omen Shroud dissipates at the worst of times. And it does allow Haz to clutch out the round for Sanguine. Sanguine, they are fighting tooth and nail to not let this go to match point for Ooga Booga. However, they keep bleeding players. They keep bleeding money. How much longer can they sustain this for? Aplo, he used the Blade Storms in the previous round and couldn't even get the kill with the judge point blank. So that's the ultimate already gone to no effect. And Sanguine, they are going to force into this. The money isn't ideal, but this is their chance to make up for some lost ground. As Ooga Booga, half armor and pistols all the way. Panic. Show me a repeat of your pistol round. What up? Will spot out at least one player and gets caged off. The turret gets destroyed instantaneously. However, this time he does stay alive. So those Killjoy Nano Swarm grenades will be available to use on the A site. There should be one on the side. It gets destroyed though. Well, Fluxu is there with the Hunter's Fury to do damage. Does take down Myth, but it's not quite enough. Gamma, the Empress on the Sheriff. It's somewhat questionable. And Panic, there you go, onto Haz. That's why I like to see Deadeye Sheriff shot. It's 4v2 though, and Noz will actually catch Fluxu off guard. Will pick up a Phantom for himself. But the man advantage does not favor Noz. He's by himself. Oh, great wallbang takes down Buddha. For some reason, that recon arrow, it wasn't destroyed. Noz, camera dart as well. Can actually spray down Aplo. The spike is half defused, and Noz, he wasn't 1v2. I'll be very surprised. D swiftly dispatches of him with the Bulldog, having to go aggressive finally. And Sanguine, dearie me, they are making a comeback. 7-11 now. The servo store. And Haz, if he can keep fragging out for his team, this could end up being a really close game. Because Panic, he's starting to slow down just a little bit. But will he choose to buy the operator? and use the blades. No, he doesn't, because the operator on Jet, it's good, but when you're on the attacking side, it's not that good. Nerox, 1 point off of having the Omen from the shadows, could be used for a huge play, perhaps flank also the B side by himself, plant the spike, and end up losing the round to Sanguine. But Sanguine, stacking a lot of players over to the B side, expecting perhaps aggression there, has by himself. This is really aggressive. He can't get killed early on, because he is the only player with curveballs. Oh, will catch Nos actually, good for one, and it's spotting the back head of the Omen. Doesn't get the kill as Buddha, oh no, gets taken down again on the A side. Killjoy utility getting put asleep. Myth will slam that spike down. And one thing I'm noticing actually is a lack of shock dart lineups for the plant positions, as we'll get forced back slightly. 4-4 for the retake. The post-plant defense, it's in position. However, Panic, he's tagged down and he's holding such a long angle away from his team. Once the smoke blocks his angle off, he won't be able to spot up much. Has good kill to Gamma already. That's a really good curveball. Myth able to finish him off. However, the kill feed is lighting up left, right, and center. All the players are getting kills. Myth, however, does end up to be superior. D by himself. Wide swing, takes down Myth. She's one the last player, and Panic will indeed finish him off with a 3 kill. And match point going away of Ooga Booga. Sanguine, this is it now. You have to go flawless, do or die. But the economy, it's not favoring them. Only has been able to full buy with armor. Meanwhile, everyone else, D and Aplo, half armor and a rifle, probably the best thing you can hope for. And Buddha and Flixu, oh look mate, you have to make do with literally whatever you have. Flixu, the first Bucky we are seeing being bought this game. Going to play B, of course, but have a Ooga Booga. Big aggression towards mid again. Has the run back towards A. Won't really catch anything else. Actually does flash Myth as he walks right into that curveball. Will go down swiftly. And that's huge. That's the Hunter's Fury out of the equation. That's the recon arrows. That's the owl drones. Gone. Panic actually does spot out Buddha. And oh my god, Buddha! Every time! He's died there. Every single time. Thankfully, Sanguine, they are able to get some kills back and forth, trading blows. But Ooga Booga, they can still very much win this round. Good Cyber Cage to prevent anyone from playing inside the Dark Shroud to go for an aggressive mid-push. D, that's a ballsy TP. Does get cancelled, and Nerox narrowly missing, throwing out his paranoia. That would have been a precious piece of utility wasted if he decided to invest it just then. Sanguine, 3-on-3 for the retake. Gamma by himself will finally get the kill into Aplo. Overheal coming through and still being a menace towards the garden angle. Finding out everything at once. And Flixu will take advantage of timing. Takes Gamma down. 2-on-2 now. The last two players of Sanguine, they are split up. And however, Ooga Booga, they are playing together under heaven for a crossfire. Nods or to Flixu. D, so much work ahead of him. Will spot out Nerox. It doesn't matter though, he can't land the shot. Ooga Booga, it will win the first map. 13-7. And wow. I had hopes. Sanguine, they were coming back. They had a good momentum running, but they just did fall short in the end. Panic. 25 kills. I want to say all the time, it's so rare to see a player getting this close to 30, but apparently I am being proved wrong by the players of Ooga Booga. 6 first bloods for Panic, and overall, just him on the carry just couldn't quite match up. So all I have to say is, Panic, he will be the impact player as opposed to Gamma. The stats of Ooga Booga will have to be changed slightly. And guys, don't go away just yet, because the second matchup for tonight, it will be Mick Team versus Crack Team, coming up real soon after a short 15-minute break. Stay tuned.